totally started on accident. A few years ago, our kiln broke the last week of school, and we had hundreds of pots to still fire, and I needed somehow to get a hold of my students after school got out. And so I started a Facebook group, private Facebook group for my students. I added about 5 students and said, hey, we have to find everyone. And within probably less than 5 days, we had all my students added to this. I mean, it was shocking and amazing. And so I thought, okay, there's something here, and how can I use this one in the classroom? So for the last few years, I continued with the Facebook group, where we share resources, we share cool videos we find, I make announcements, reminders, I tell somebody if they left their water bottle in the studio. It's really a way that I can be in their face pretty much 24 hours a day. So yeah, I started completely by accident. Then I learned about the flipped classroom model, and I started doing it last year for students who are absent. So what our classroom would look like is they would come in, I would do a demo, it would take the majority of the class. Well, then if you have kids absent, as teachers know, you spend the next 3 or 4 days catching those students up. And it was really stressful for me. I wasn't able to be with the students who were there because I was helping those absent students. So I started doing the videos for people that were absent. So if you're absent, go watch this video. Let me know when you're done. And then that worked so well that this year we fully flipped Pottery Studio.
Cool tools for schools. It's a blog, and it was one of my first stops. It was my go-to when I began at that point it wasn't very blended, but introducing technology into my classroom. That's where I began. And so from there, becoming a trailblazer, that's when I really started learning more about how technology could be less of an avenue to produce products or show the end result of work, and more a teaching tool in which students could access throughout all parts of a lesson and all areas in our day. And so through them, I learned about a few other platforms that are used in the classroom, and then Erica and I, through talking with one another and kind of taking our separate ways and doing our own research through YouTube and just Google and whatnot, we found other platforms that teachers were using around the United States and here in our district, and just started to jump in, kind of pilot and jump in and just see kind of where it took us and where our students, their feedback, where that took us as well, how they felt about what we were doing and what we were using.
Yeah, and to piggyback off of Dina's, I also kind of got more interested in technology in the classroom just when I started my master's program. We did take a technology class in undergrad, but things had drastically changed since I had started my master's. And then after that, it just kind of kept going, and I was always learning new things and slowly tried to do something different. And it's just kind of evolved at this point into how can I use it, how can we use technology for active learning versus passive learning, and that's sort of where that journey became and evolved. And I feel like the classroom's changed a lot and is changing every week as we kind of learn and figure it out, and the students adapt just the same as I am, and we're slowly paving the way.